Hey there from outside on the deck. I am giving a quick homeschool update for you all, something I like to do at the end of every month, and share with you how all of the curriculum choices that we selected, how those are working out, what kinds of things we're enjoying, what things aren't going so well, what changes are we making for the next month, all of that. So if you want to follow along and hear how we're doing, please stay tuned to this video. Something else I'm going to let you know about is a change, or not really a change, but just something that I want you to all be aware of, is that I'm going to start using my community tab more. This is something I've been doing sort of a trial with over the last 6 to 9 months, and I think I have found a way to boost the viewership on my community tab. And the reason I want to use my community tab more is because I'm trying to get away from other social media and just put everything I post here on YouTube, and I think I found a way to do that on my community tab. So if you don't frequently go over, manually go over to the community tab and look, I would encourage you to do that. Or if you can, in your app settings, select that you want to see videos and posts, that will show you the videos that I share plus all the posts that I put in that community tab. So they'll just all show up in your feed if you are a subscriber. So I encourage you to subscribe, and I encourage you to change that setting if you would like to see posts from my community tab just show up in your regular feed. Otherwise, you'll have to go over there. I am going to be doing some subscriber exclusive giveaways over there from time to time as well, to kind of encourage you all to go over there. And that's mainly because there are some things that I'll put on there that don't really necessitate a whole video, but still really good things I want to share with you. Like I just recently shared about a Facebook event that's going to happen with discounts and prizes, some of the prizes being free curriculum that Amaya Press is putting on. I've put similar things about Timberdoodle and their sales over there in the community tab. So I don't want you to miss those things, so I'm trying to find ways to encourage you to make it a habit to go over there or to put those posts as part of your normal feed. So if somebody knows the exact words, maybe I'm using the wrong words or terminology, please feel free to leave down below the instructions on how someone can go to their settings and change that. For me, on my YouTube app, it's just a little selection at the top where it says, do you want to see posts or videos only? So I just click videos and posts, so I see everything. So I encourage you to look over that community tab. I'm going to be sharing more there with you, but I at least wanted to give you a heads up that was coming. All right, so let's talk about the month that was. This is April, so I'm going to give you an update on March 2021. And I apologize for the little bit of shadow here. I'm outside because my kids are having a visit inside with Nana, and we can't have them be quiet when they're visiting with Nana because there's lots of giggles and laughs and all of that, and they're having a great time. So I'm out here on the deck. I hope you can hear me over some noise. Sounds like a saw or something is going on, and I hope that this shadow isn't too distracting. I'm just kind of noticing the sun is making a shadow here. All right, so for 4th grade, these are the updates I will share with you. First of all, we are done with the gentler readers that I selected. If you're not familiar with that whole process, I will just encourage you to go back and look at my previous update videos. But I decided to kind of scale back on the difficulty level of our readers just for a short time, just for about 6 weeks of time, and read some things that were just kind of quick reads for my son that would kind of, get him back into loving reading again. And I'm happy to say it really did work very well. He is done with those readers, and we are now going to go over to reading the Moffats for the last 6 weeks of school, which will start next Monday. We're currently on break after Easter as I make this video, and we're going to have 6 weeks of school left when we come back, and we will just spend that time reading 2 chapters per week out of the Moffats and doing the associated guide from Amaya Press. And at the end of that time, or at the start of summer, I will post a review for you on that literature guide, because several of you have asked for that. So we are done with those readers, and it was a success. Just pulling back a little bit has kind of given him more confidence and joy in reading for pleasure. Okay, the next update for 4th grade I will share with you is that we finally found a groove for math and language arts, and we're kind of settled there, you guys, at least to finish out the year. There's still some question about what I'm going to do in the fall, but I really feel like we kind of met that challenge for the rest of this year. I've been able to bring in enough challenge to my son and speed up the pace a little bit, and slow down where we needed to slow and speed up where we needed to speed up. And so we didn't have to make any curriculum changes. I did do one addition, which was those Singapore math extra workbooks to math, but we ended up not switching out anything, and I'm glad for that, because the end of the year you don't want to make any changes. You just kind of want to get to the end and call it done, right? So we have found our groove there. I wanted to let you know the science part, or the animal part of our science curriculum. We are using God's Design for Life, and the animal section of that is just going so well. My son is actually, joyfully making a animal notebook, and I never thought he was really a notebooking type. He is turning out to love it, the way that Master Books is encouraging him to create an animal notebook, and he is going to books and finding information and drawing things to go along with what he finds, and he's really making a nice animal notebook that will be a keepsake for years to come. And I just thought I'd let you know that that's in there. I'm actually going to do a flip through of that. I'll probably put it in the Master Books app, but if you really want to see it here, I'll show it here as well. But I'll probably put that in the app so that all the moms that are using Master Books can see it. But I want to show you his book, you guys. I mean, he's so proud of it. He's not done with it yet, but he's really enjoyed making it, and it's not something that you typically think of when you think of a more box curriculum. I wouldn't call Master Books really a box curriculum. I think they kind of get called that because they do sell grade packs of material, but I really wouldn't call them box curriculum, because so much of their approach is different than the traditional schooling method. So I wouldn't so much call them a box curriculum, but in case that's what you consider them to be, I wanted you to know that there are some delightful, very creative and expressive assignments that they give, and this animal notebooking assignment is just one that we've really enjoyed, and that was a highlight for this month, and we will continue that for our next 6 weeks and finish up, and I'll show that to you. Last fourth grade update I'll give is that and I kind of already tipped my hand at this, but the library where we live is back open, so my son's been able to go back inside the library and pick out his books, and he has been reading a ton, you guys, and I think that's a large part of that is because we scaled back on the assigned reading and like what he was required to do for school, and we didn't exhaust him, so that he has all this extra time for pleasure reading, and he's not burnt out on reading. So he has been reading up a storm, picking out his own books, and I'm just so delighted to see that we kind of saved reading for my son. All right, now I do have a few updates for kindergarten. I don't often share much because things have just been going so swimmingly for her, but I think we have found our first hiccup, you guys. We're actually a couple, and one's in phonics and one is in math. So I'll handle the math one first because it's the easiest. We are doing the Singapore math that's no longer in print. I was able to find a copy still on a used site, and it's no longer available, but it has, the last chapter is about money, and so we have been in that last chapter, and I've been going really slow because it seems like my little miss is having trouble grasping the concept of coin value and adding money and counting money and all of that. So we're slowing down there. We've been going at just a galloping pace, just flying through math, and now it's time to slow down. So the last 6 weeks we're going to spend with her just trying to get a grip on money, at least to the kindergarten level, and help her feel confident with that, because she does love counting her coins in her piggy bank, and I want to help her learn to do that. So that has been one little hiccup. Another surprise, I wouldn't call this so much a hiccup, but I'm pretty surprised at the way Amaya Press has scheduled out phonics. We are using First Start Reading, as you know if you follow me here, and for the first 25 weeks, I think, 26 weeks, we've been going at a pretty, steady clip of doing, the consonant sounds, and I was a little surprised, when we got to mid-year, we were still doing consonant sounds, and consonant vowel consonant words. We weren't doing any blending of consonant blends. We weren't doing any vowel teams. I thought, oh man, where's this going here? Well, we found out where it's going. It's ending in a sprint. And I really wish they would have been a little more balanced in the way they scheduled this, because we did not need to spend 25 weeks in consonant sounds and CVC words. My daughter pretty much knew how to do that after 10 weeks of school, and we could have just moved on to vowel teams and blends then. But, we were just trusting the process, trusting the schedule, and I wish, I was dealing with language arts and math issues with my son, and I wish I would have just taken the time to look ahead in my daughter's phonics program, because we would have doubled up on those consonant sound lessons way back, probably around Christmas time, and got to this point where we are now a little sooner, so we could divide up these lessons, because they are fitting in a ton, what I consider to be a half year's worth of phonics in 6 weeks. And that pacing, I don't think, is helpful for mom or for the student. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to adjust that, but if you watch my April goals video, I am going to kind of share something, a goal that I have for April related to that. But I'm just surprised. I won't call it, that it's not working, or I don't recommend it. I still love it. I'm just surprised, and now I have to regroup and deal with this surprise. So stay tuned and see how we regroup from that. I'm sure it'll all work out fine, but we were surprised at the pacing, how things have just picked up tremendously by the time you get to book D and first start reading. And the last thing I'll tell you, in the way of an update, this is like the first negative thing I have to share about our read alouds from Amaya Press. It's not really, it's kind of new to me, because we love all the read alouds that we have in their program, but we came across the first book that neither my daughter nor I liked at all, and we only read it once, and we're just like, this book, we just don't even like this. And it was Hide and Seek Fog. It was one of the books that is scheduled, and there's a craft for it and all of this, and we did not care for it at all. We don't understand it. We just feel like it didn't fit in with any of the other stories, and we chose not to read it again, just that one time. And that's, like I said, pretty new for us, because pretty much every read aloud, anything literature related that Amaya Press has chosen, we've loved, and it's become an instant favorite. But we're not going to like it all the time, and it's pretty good. It's still a pretty good commentary on their program. This is our third year of using their read alouds, and this is the first one we don't like. So I still think it's a great collection of read alouds to get if you haven't gotten it yet. There will be some links down below to the publishers that I've mentioned if you want to check out the material that I'm talking about. I also encourage you to look at past updates and my curriculum haul videos if you're looking to get more information about this. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos that tell you how we're going to handle some of these updates, if there are some changes that need to be made. And let me know down below how your homeschool year is going. I'd love to hear and cheer you on as we make our way to the finish line. If you finish in May, I'd love to cheer you on and help you through this last few weeks of school. I look forward to reading those comments, and I will catch you in the next video.